As we head into the second half of 2019, we of course want to look back at what's happened year over year in the real estate market in the Atlanta area as well as nationwide. First, let's start with a nationwide look and see what's happened in prices. And overall, good news, prices have increased. Even on the low side in the Pacific region, we've seen a 3.74% increase. But if we look at the South Atlantic region where states like Georgia, Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina all fall, we've seen an average of 5.48% increase in price over the last year since July of 2018. And that's great news for the marketplace. This chart gives you a great overview coast to coast of what's happening in actual year-over-year percent changes in prices of American real estate. Looking more specifically at Georgia, we see a 7.49% increase in prices year over year as of this July 2019. This chart gives you an actual year-over-year percent change in price from state to state, and they do range all over the place. For example, you can look at a state like Louisiana that had less than 1% growth, but then you look at Idaho that had almost 14%. Of course, Georgia falls right there in the middle at about 7.5%, but things are different in every single market, and that's why you need a specialist in that particular market to tell you what exactly is going on with the local real estate. Of course, the Case-Shiller Index is always one that we look at very, very closely. And that talks about the market abroad and basically takes a sample of 20 cities in this particular case and shows you what the year-over-year price changes are. The Case-Shiller Index is one that we always take heavy consideration upon when we're looking at the real estate market. And if you'll notice, things have changed a lot over the last 12 months. In May of 2018, we were looking at a 6.5% average appreciation rate. Things have slowed down, changed a little bit. Inventories have increased, interest rates have changed. So we're looking now today at about a 3.5. Interest rates, of course, are always a very important factor in people's decision process to purchase or to sell their real estate. And things have fluctuated a lot over the last 12 months. Of course, when we think about interest rates, we think about the 30-year fixed rate mortgage being the typical benchmark. And a lot's happened in those over the last year. If you look back at June of 2018, we saw interest rates right around 4.5%. And they stayed flat for a bit. Then we saw a steep increase going to 4.75, and I even saw rates running sometimes around 5% in December. But after the first of the year, we saw a big change in that, and rates drop. We're even now looking at rates around 3.73%. And that's good news for both buyers and sellers in today's marketplace. Of course, everybody always wants me to get out my crystal ball and tell you exactly what's going to happen in the real estate market. As everybody knows, it's always changing, but we do have a few great charts and pieces of information that help us make great decisions. One of the most important charts that we look at is the projected home price percentage appreciation going forward. And that's a compilation of numbers from several different groups. Home price expectation surveys, Mortgage Bankers Association, Zelman & Associates, Freddie Mac, National Association of Realtors, and Fannie Mae. And this gives us a sort of an impact of what they expect to happen in the marketplace over the next 2 to 4 years. Another important way to look at the real estate market is to look at it from a few different perspectives. Let's face it, we don't all see things the same way, and things do tend to end up as a mixed bag as time goes on. If you're a bear in the current market, you're probably thinking you're going to see a 6.7% increase by 2023. If you're a heavy bull, you're probably thinking we're going to be seeing almost 28%. Those folks in the middle seeing somewhere about 16.8%, and that's by 2023. So all in all, most everybody sees the real estate market as a very favorable place to be. Ralph McLaughlin, Deputy Chief Economist at CoreLogic, says investor buying activity in the U.S. is at record high, and our records go back confidently about 20 years. What's going on and why? Well, it turns out it's not the big institutional guys that are leading the price increases. It's actually the smaller guys. In those that have bought between 1 and 10 properties over this 20-year period, they're the ones really leading the increase in investor home buying in today's market. Danielle Hale, Realtor.com's chief economist, says lower mortgage rates, higher wages, and more homes for sale have helped counteract rising home prices and ultimately made it so that buyers are able to afford more than last year. Sam Cater, chief economist at Freddie Mac, takes a little bit more of a short-term look,
saying the drop in mortgage rates over the last 2 months is already being felt in the housing market. In the near term, we expect the housing market to continue to improve from both a sales and price perspective. So how optimistic are Americans about the real estate market? Let's take a quick look at it from 3 different income perspectives. So this chart shows the optimism factors from the 3 different groups in our American economy. We're talking about those from the bottom third of the income group, the middle third of the income group, and then of course the top tier income group. They're all of course buying different price properties, so their perspectives are a little bit different. The gray ones are the historical ones, and then the blue and the red are the current projections. So what does this all mean to you? Well, it means that the real estate market is a very complicated place. And let's face it, the slightest mistake can cost you tens of thousands of dollars, and you don't want to do that. So whether you're looking to invest, whether you're looking to buy, whether you're looking to sell, or you're looking to rent, you really need to be talking to an expert who knows the market that you're looking in. I'm your expert here in Atlanta, but I'm affiliated with the #1 real estate company in the world, and we have the best trained professionals in every single market. So whether you're looking in New York, you're looking in Miami, you're looking in LA, you're looking in Dallas, or anywhere else, we can help you get to the right place. If you ever have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. My cell phone number is 404-984-0243. There's going to be a quick tab here at the end of the video that'll get a little bit more of that information. I'm always here to help you and would love to talk to you. Have a wonderful day, and thanks for tuning in.